The arrival. In a small, quiet town, there lived a man named Alex. He was an ordinary guy with an ordinary life. He worked a 9-to-5 job and enjoyed spending time with his wife, Lisa. They had been married for 5 years and loved each other dearly, but lately, Alex felt a sense of boredom creeping into his routine. Every day seemed the same. Work, eat dinner, watch TV, and go to bed. He longed for something exciting to happen. One Friday evening, after a long week at work, Alex came home to find Lisa in a cheerful mood. "I have a surprise for you," she said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Intrigued, Alex followed her into the living room, where he saw 3 unusual figures standing awkwardly. They were unlike anything he had ever seen before. The first alien was tall and slender, with shimmering blue skin and bright yellow eyes. The second was short and round, with green spots covering its body. It had 3 arms and a wide grin that revealed sharp teeth. The third alien was medium-sized, with a smooth silver head and large expressive eyes that seemed to change colors. Alex blinked in disbelief, his heart racing. He was staring at real aliens. "Meet my friends from another planet," Lisa announced proudly. They came to visit Earth for a while. Alex's mind raced as he tried to process the scene before him. What was happening? Could this really be true? He felt a mix of excitement and fear. The aliens introduced themselves. The tall one was named Zorek, the round one was called Blip, and the silver-headed one was named Fizz. They spoke in a strange yet melodic language, which Lisa translated for Alex. "They say they are here to learn about human life and share their culture with us," she explained, her face beaming with joy. As they talked, Alex noticed how different the aliens were from him. Zorek moved gracefully, while Blip bounced around energetically, making silly faces that made Lisa laugh. Fizz, the most serious of the group, shared stories about their home planet, a colorful place filled with floating islands and shimmering rivers. Alex listened, fascinated. He had always dreamed of adventures beyond Earth, but this was beyond his wildest imagination. Despite the initial shock, Alex began to feel a strange connection with the aliens. They seemed friendly and curious about everything. Blip pointed to a picture on the wall and asked about it, using gestures to communicate. Alex explained that it was a photo from their wedding day, and the aliens looked intrigued. They had no concept of human marriage, and this opened a floodgate of questions about love, family, and connection. As the evening went on, Alex felt a warmth growing inside him. He and Lisa had always talked about wanting to explore the universe, but they never thought they would have the chance to do so. Now, with aliens in their living room, everything felt possible. "Would you like to join us in a special ritual?" Zorek asked suddenly, breaking Alex's train of thought. The proposition startled him. What kind of ritual? Did he really want to participate in something so alien and unknown? Before he could respond, Lisa looked at him with excitement in her eyes. "This could be an amazing experience for us," she said, her enthusiasm contagious. Alex felt a knot in his stomach, but also a spark of curiosity. What if this was the adventure they had been waiting for? As he looked at his wife and her alien friends, Alex realized that life was about to change in ways he never imagined. The mundane routine of his life faded away, replaced by the thrill of the unknown. Little did he know that this was just the beginning of an incredible journey that would challenge everything he thought he knew about love, relationships, and the universe itself. Cultural exchange. The next day, Alex woke up feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. He couldn't stop thinking about the aliens who had come to visit. Lisa was already in the kitchen, making breakfast. The smell of pancakes filled the air, and Alex felt grateful for the normalcy of the moment. But today was going to be anything but normal. After breakfast, Zorak, Blip, and Fizz arrived at their home, buzzing with energy. Lisa greeted them with a big smile, and Alex waved awkwardly, still trying to wrap his head around the idea of having aliens as guests. "Are you ready for a cultural exchange?" Lisa asked, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Zorak nodded eagerly. "Yes, we want to learn about humans and share our ways with you." Alex was curious. What could these aliens possibly teach them about life on Earth? They began the day by sitting in the living room. Lisa brought out some photo albums, and the aliens leaned in, their eyes wide with wonder. Each picture sparked a new question. "What is this?" Zorak pointed at a photo of Alex's family. Lisa explained, "This is my husband's family. We gather for holidays and special events." Blip made a noise of delight, mimicking a family gathering by pretending to eat and laugh. The room filled with laughter, and Alex couldn't help but join in. It was refreshing to see the aliens enjoying something so simple. Next, Fizz shared stories from their planet, called Xylon. "On Xylon, we celebrate the cycle of colors," Fizz said, his voice rich with excitement. "Every year, we change colors based on our emotions. Red for joy, blue for calm, green for love." He demonstrated by changing his head from silver to a vibrant green. Alex was amazed. He had never thought about expressing emotions in such a visible way. "Do you feel these emotions all at once?" Lisa asked. Fizz nodded. "Yes. Emotions are powerful. They connect us." This made Alex think about how humans sometimes hide their feelings instead of sharing them. As the day went on, they engaged in various activities. Lisa taught the aliens how to bake cookies, while Blip attempted to juggle. The kitchen turned into a lively scene of flour and laughter. Zorak was fascinated by the concept of cooking, observing every step with intense interest. "We absorb energy from our surroundings, but this cooking is magical," he exclaimed. Later, Alex decided to introduce the aliens to human music. He pulled out his guitar, strumming a few chords. The aliens watched in awe as Alex played a simple song about love and adventure. They swayed to the rhythm, their bodies moving in sync with the music. When he finished, Blip clapped excitedly. "More, more." So Alex played another song, this one faster and more upbeat. Zorak joined in with strange, melodic sounds, harmonizing in a way Alex had never heard before. It was beautiful. They were creating something new together. After the music, the aliens wanted to teach Alex and Lisa a game from Xylon. They called it Chase the Light. Using a small device, they projected beams of colorful light around the room. The goal was to catch the light with their hands. Alex and Lisa laughed as they darted around, trying to catch the glowing beams. It was a fun and silly game, and it broke down any remaining barriers. As the sun began to set, they all sat outside on the porch, watching the stars appear. The sky sparkled like a million diamonds. Lisa leaned against Alex, and he felt grateful for this strange yet wonderful day. "Tonight, we celebrate," Zorak declared, his eyes shining bright. They had shared stories, laughter, and new experiences. This cultural exchange had brought them all closer together, and Alex realized that, despite their differences, they all shared a common bond, the desire for connection, understanding, and joy. The proposal. As the days passed, Alex, Lisa, and their alien friends continued to bond. They laughed, shared stories, and learned from each other. Alex felt a growing friendship with Zorak, Blip, and Fizz. The aliens brought a spark of excitement to his life that he hadn't felt in years. But one afternoon, everything changed when Zorak gathered everyone in the living room for an important discussion. "Today, we want to talk about something special," Zorak announced, his voice serious but warm. Alex's heart raced. What could be so important that they needed to discuss it together? Lisa sat next to him, her eyes filled with curiosity. Zorak took a deep breath. "On Xylon, we have a tradition during our heat cycle. It is a time when we bond with partners in a way that strengthens our connection. We would like to invite you to participate in this tradition." Alex's stomach dropped. He exchanged glances with Lisa, who looked surprised but intrigued. "What do you mean?" Alex asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "What exactly does this bonding involve?" Blip bounced in his seat, his 3 arms waving excitedly. "It means sharing energy and emotions. It is a joyful experience where we connect deeply." Fizz nodded, adding, "It's not just physical. It is about understanding and love." Alex felt a rush of confusion and fear. The idea of bonding with aliens was overwhelming. He loved Lisa and was committed to their marriage. But part of him was also curious. Could this be a new adventure for them? Could it bring them closer? Lisa looked thoughtful. "This is different from anything we know," she said slowly. "But I can see how important this is to you." She turned to Alex. "What do you think? It could be a unique experience." Alex felt torn. "I don't know," he admitted. "It sounds exciting, but it also feels strange. What if it changes everything between us?" He couldn't shake the feeling of uncertainty. Zorak, sensing the tension, spoke softly. "We understand your concerns, but this is an opportunity to explore love in a new way. We are not here to replace anyone but to share an experience that is meaningful to us." The room fell silent. Alex's mind raced with thoughts. Could he really do this? Would it break the trust between him and Lisa? But then he looked at her. Lisa's eyes sparkled with excitement and openness. She seemed ready to explore this new chapter together. "Maybe we should try it," Lisa said, her voice steady. "This could deepen our bond and help us understand each other better." Alex felt a mix of relief and anxiety. He wanted to support her and explore this new adventure, but he still had reservations. After a long pause, Alex took a deep breath. "Okay, let's do it," he said finally. "But we need to set some boundaries. We must communicate openly about how we feel during this process." The aliens nodded, their eyes glowing with happiness. "Yes, communication is key," Fizz said. "We will honor your feelings." Zorak smiled. "Together, we will create a beautiful experience." Alex felt a sense of calm wash over him. He had taken a leap of faith, and now he hoped it would lead to something wonderful. As they discussed the details, Alex couldn't help but feel a strange mix of excitement and fear. What lay ahead was unknown territory, but the promise of adventure and connection pulled him in. He glanced at Lisa, who smiled back at him. And for the first time, he felt a spark of hope. This could be the beginning of something extraordinary, a chance to explore love in a way he had never imagined. Preparing for the encounter. The day had finally come. Alex, Lisa, and their alien friends were preparing for the special bonding experience that Zorak, Blip, and Fizz had explained. Alex felt a mix of excitement and nerves swirling inside him. It was a big step into the unknown, and he wanted to be ready for whatever lay ahead. As the sun rose, Lisa was already buzzing with energy. She had spent the morning tidying up their home and arranging colorful decorations that the aliens had brought from Xylon. Bright, glowing orbs floated gently in the living room, casting soft hues of blue, green, and purple. The atmosphere felt magical, almost like a dream. "Do you think we should set any rules?" Alex asked, running his hands through his hair. He felt the weight of the moment pressing down on him. This was not just a casual gathering. It was something much deeper. "Definitely," Lisa replied, her voice calm and reassuring. "We need to make sure we both feel comfortable throughout this process." She pulled out a notebook and began writing down their thoughts. "How about we agree to check in with each other? If either of us feels uneasy, we can pause or stop." Alex nodded. "That sounds good. And we should also agree on how far we want to go in this experience. We need to be on the same page." It felt good to talk about their boundaries openly. It made the situation feel a little less daunting. Just then, Zorak arrived, his tall frame casting a shadow in the doorway. "Hello, friends. Are you ready for today?" His eyes sparkled with excitement. Blip bounced in behind him, already buzzing with energy. "Let's have fun. he exclaimed, his 3 arms waving wildly. Alex smiled, but he couldn't shake the feeling of nervous anticipation. He glanced at Lisa, who looked more excited than ever. "We're just making sure everything is clear before we begin," Alex explained. "Good. Communication is very important," Zorak replied. "On Xylon, we believe in sharing everything. It strengthens our connections." With the aliens' encouragement, Alex and Lisa shared their list of boundaries and feelings. Zorak listened carefully, nodding along. "We respect your wishes. We want this to be a joyful experience for all of us," he assured them. As they prepared, the aliens explained more about their rituals. "We have a special dance that helps us connect with our partners," Fizz said. He demonstrated a flowing movement, his body gliding gracefully through the air. Alex and Lisa watched in awe. "It looks beautiful," Lisa exclaimed. "We should join in." "Let's practice," Zorak suggested. The 4 of them started to move together, slowly at first, then picking up speed. The aliens guided them with gentle laughter and encouragement. Alex felt awkward at first, but he soon found himself enjoying the rhythm of the dance. As they danced, the atmosphere became charged with energy. The colors from the floating orbs shifted and pulsed with their movements, creating a stunning display of light. Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of unity growing between them. This was more than just a dance. It was a way to connect and prepare for what was to come. After practicing the dance, the group took a break to enjoy some snacks. Lisa had prepared a mix of human treats, and the aliens shared some of their own food, which looked like glowing fruit. "Try this," Blip insisted, handing Alex a piece. He hesitated, then took a bite. It was sweet and refreshing, bursting with flavors he had never tasted before. "This is amazing," Alex exclaimed. The aliens cheered, and for a moment, the air was filled with laughter and joy. As the sun began to set, Alex and Lisa exchanged a glance. They were ready for the encounter ahead. Whatever challenges or surprises awaited them, they knew they would face it together. In this strange and wonderful journey, they were united not just as partners, but as explorers of love and connection. The first encounter. The evening arrived, and the air was thick with anticipation. Alex and Lisa stood in their softly lit living room, surrounded by the glowing orbs that Zorak, Blip, and Fizz had brought. The atmosphere felt electric, charged with energy and possibility. Alex could feel his heart pounding in his chest as he glanced at Lisa, who was both excited and a bit nervous. "We can do this," Lisa said softly, taking Alex's hand. Her grip was warm and reassuring, grounding him in the moment. He nodded, trying to shake off the nerves that had settled deep within him. Just then, Zorak, Blip, and Fizz entered the room, their alien features glowing with enthusiasm. They wore intricate patterns on their skin that shifted colors, reflecting their excitement. "Are you ready?" Zorak asked, his voice calm yet full of energy. "Ready as we'll ever be," Alex replied, trying to sound confident. He took a deep breath, reminding himself of their boundaries and the importance of communication. The aliens formed a circle around Alex and Lisa, creating an intimate space filled with warmth and acceptance. Zorak began to speak in a melodic tone, explaining the first steps of their bonding ritual. "We will start with our dance to connect our energies. Just follow our lead and let the music of your heart guide you." Blip started to move, his body flowing gracefully to an invisible rhythm. Zorak and Fizz joined in, their movements fluid and mesmerizing. Alex and Lisa watched for a moment, then joined in, mimicking the aliens' dance. As they moved together, Alex felt the tension start to melt away. The dance became a joyful expression of unity, each movement drawing them closer. With each sway and turn, Alex noticed how the colors of the orbs pulsed in time with their movements, creating a beautiful light show around them. He felt a connection forming, not just with Lisa, but with the aliens as well. They were all part of something bigger than themselves. As the dance came to an end, The aliens gathered closer. Zorak extended his hand toward Alex and Lisa. Now, we will share our energies. This part is very special. Just relax and trust each other. Alex exchanged a nervous glance with Lisa, but she smiled back, her eyes filled with trust. He took her hand, and together they stepped forward. The aliens placed their hands on their shoulders, forming a circle of support. Alex felt the warmth of their touch and a rush of energy flowing through him. Focus on your feelings, Fizz instructed, his voice gentle. Let your emotions flow. Alex closed his eyes, trying to connect with Lisa. He felt her presence, strong and steady, like a comforting anchor in a storm. Images and memories flooded his mind, moments of laughter, love, and support they had shared over the years. He opened his heart to her, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for their life together. Suddenly, Alex felt a wave of energy wash over him, unlike anything he had ever experienced. It was as if the universe had opened up, filling him with warmth and joy. He sensed Lisa's emotions swirling around them, a mix of excitement, love, and a hint of nervousness. The energy from the aliens pulsed through him, connecting their hearts and minds in a profound way. As the energy flowed, Alex began to feel the presence of Zorak, Blip, and Fizz in a new light. He could sense their emotions too, joy, curiosity, and a deep desire to connect. It was overwhelming yet beautiful. After what felt like an eternity, the energy slowly began to fade. Alex opened his eyes, feeling both drained and exhilarated. He looked at Lisa, who was glowing with happiness. They shared a knowing smile, one that spoke of trust and understanding. Zorak, Blip, and Fizz stepped back, their expressions filled with joy. You did wonderfully, Zorak exclaimed. You are now connected in a way that transcends words. Alex felt a deep sense of relief wash over him. This was more than just an encounter. It was a shared experience that had brought them all closer. Together, they had explored new territory, stepping into the unknown with open hearts. Little did Alex know that this was only the beginning of their extraordinary journey together. Emotional turmoil. In the days that followed the encounter, Alex felt a whirlwind of emotions swirling inside him. The bonding experience with Zorak, Blip, and Fizz had been beautiful, but it had also left him feeling vulnerable and confused. He found himself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment in his mind. Lisa was radiant after their encounter, her eyes sparkling with excitement whenever she talked about it. She seemed more alive than ever, eager to share every detail of their experience with anyone who would listen. Alex loved her enthusiasm, but couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted between them. One evening, they sat on the couch, the soft glow of the floating orbs illuminating the room. I can't believe how amazing it was, Lisa said, her voice filled with joy. It felt like we connected on a whole new level. Alex forced a smile, but inside, he felt a knot tightening in his stomach. Yeah, it was something, he replied, trying to sound enthusiastic. But he couldn't help feeling a twinge of jealousy every time Lisa spoke about the aliens. She seemed to glow brighter when she talked about their dance and the energy they shared. Do you think we should do it again? She asked, her eyes wide with hope. The question struck him like a bolt of lightning. I don't know, he stammered. I mean, it was incredible, but it also felt a bit overwhelming. His heart raced as he spoke, fear creeping in. What if it changes things between us? I love you, and I don't want to lose what we have. Lisa looked taken aback, her smile fading slightly. But it's not about losing anything. It's about exploring together. The aliens opened my eyes to new ways of feeling and connecting. Her words stung. Alex felt a wave of confusion wash over him. He had always thought of himself as open-minded, but this was different. The idea of sharing such a deep experience with others left him feeling raw and exposed. I just don't want to feel like I'm sharing you, he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. Lisa reached for his hand, her touch gentle. You're not sharing me. We're in this together. I love you, and nothing will change that. This experience doesn't replace our bond. It enhances it. But Alex couldn't shake the feelings of insecurity that tugged at him. He started to imagine Lisa dancing with Zorak, laughing with Blip, and sharing secrets with Fizz. The thought made him ache inside. He realized he was struggling with jealousy and fear, emotions he had never expected to feel in this situation. The next day, as they prepared to meet the aliens again, Alex was a bundle of nerves. He paced the living room, feeling anxious. What if the experience was even more intense this time? What if Lisa felt closer to the aliens than to him? The question swirled in his mind, and he tried to push them away. When Zorak, Blip, and Fizz arrived, their energy filled the room, but Alex felt a heaviness in his heart. They greeted him and Lisa with enthusiasm, their eyes bright with excitement. "Are you ready for another experience?" Zorak asked, his voice full of warmth. Alex forced a smile, but inside, he felt trapped in a storm of emotions. He wanted to support Lisa, but the thought of stepping into that space again filled him with dread. As they began the evening with laughter and games, Alex struggled to focus on the joy around him. He watched as Lisa connected effortlessly with the aliens, her laughter ringing out like music. Every giggle felt like a reminder of his own insecurities. Finally, during a quiet moment, he pulled Lisa aside. "Can we talk?" he asked, his voice tense. "I need to be honest about how I'm feeling." Lisa looked concerned, and Alex could see the worry in her eyes. He took a deep breath, hoping to find the right words. "I want to be part of this, but I'm scared. I don't want to lose you to them." As he spoke, he felt the weight of his emotions pressing down on him. He realized that he needed to confront these feelings head-on if he wanted to move forward. It was time to be open about his fears, no matter how uncomfortable it felt. Deepening bonds. After their honest conversation, Alex felt a sense of relief wash over him. He had laid his fears bare, and Lisa had listened with understanding. As they returned to the living room, he noticed the aliens laughing and playing games, their energy filling the space with joy. He felt a flicker of hope. Maybe they could all find a way to deepen their bonds together. "Are you okay?" Lisa asked softly, squeezing his hand as they approached the group. Her eyes held a depth of love that calmed his racing heart. "I'm okay. I just needed to say how I felt," he replied, trying to focus on the positive. "Let's just take this one step at a time." Blip spotted them and rushed over, his excitement bubbling over. "Let's play the light game again. It's so much fun." He beamed at them, his 3 arms flailing in the air. Alex couldn't help but smile. "Sure, let's do it." He felt a tingle of anticipation. The game was a reminder that they were all in this together. As they played, laughter filled the room, and Alex slowly began to feel the tension in his chest ease. After several rounds of chasing the colorful lights, Zorak gathered everyone around for the next part of the evening. "Now we will share more of our cultures," he announced, his voice full of excitement. "We have a special activity that will help deepen our bonds." Alex looked at Lisa, who grinned back at him, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What is it?" she asked eagerly. "It's called the Circle of Trust," Zorak explained. "We will sit in a circle, and each of us will share something personal, our hopes, dreams, or fears. This way, we can connect on a deeper level." Alex felt a flutter of nerves again. Sharing something personal felt vulnerable, but he also recognized the importance of the moment. Lisa's encouraging smile pushed him to agree. "That sounds great," he said, nodding. They arranged themselves in a circle on the floor, the soft light from the orbs casting a gentle glow around them. One by one, they began to share their thoughts. Zorak spoke first. "On Xylon, we value harmony and connection. My hope is to create bonds that last beyond our time together." His sincerity resonated with everyone, setting the tone for the circle. Blip was next. "I fear being alone. Friends make life bright." He looked around the circle, his eyes wide and earnest. The openness in his voice brought smiles to everyone's faces. Then it was Fizz's turn. "I dream of exploring the universe and meeting new beings," he shared, his eyes gleaming with excitement. There is so much to learn from each other. When it was Lisa's turn, she took a deep breath. "I want to explore love in all its forms. I fear that I won't be able to express all that I feel." She glanced at Alex, her expression open and sincere. Finally, it was Alex's turn. His heart raced as he thought about his words. "I fear losing the connection I have with Lisa. I want to explore new experiences, but I worry about how it will change us. I love her, and I want us to stay strong." The moment hung in the air, heavy with emotion. Alex felt exposed but also relieved. He had shared his deepest fear, and it felt liberating. After a moment of silence, Lisa reached for his hand again. "We'll always find our way back to each other, no matter what," she said softly, her eyes shining with love. Zorak nodded, his voice steady. "We are all here to support each other. This journey is about strengthening our bonds, not breaking them." As they continued to share, Alex felt a warmth spreading through him. The vulnerability they all displayed had created a deeper connection, weaving their hearts together like a beautiful tapestry. By the time they finished sharing, Alex felt a sense of belonging that he hadn't fully grasped before. They weren't just humans and aliens anymore. They were friends, allies, and explorers of love and connection. As they concluded the circle of trust, laughter filled the room again, and the earlier tension melted away. Alex realized that they had all grown closer and that the experience had only deepened the bond he shared with Lisa. Together, they were ready to face whatever adventures lay ahead, united in their love and friendship, facing challenges. The next few days were filled with excitement as Alex, Lisa, and their alien friends continued to explore their unique bond. But just as things seemed to settle into a new rhythm, challenges began to arise. Alex could feel the strain creeping in, like dark clouds rolling in on a sunny day. One evening, they gathered in the living room for another round of fun and games. The air was filled with laughter, but Alex noticed a shift in the mood. Lisa seemed distracted, her laughter ringing a bit hollow. Zorak, Blip, and Fizz were full of energy, but Alex felt a knot tightening in his stomach. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked Lisa, leaning closer to her. She hesitated before responding. "I'm fine, just a bit tired," she replied, but her eyes betrayed her feelings. Alex sensed something was off. As the night went on, they began to play a new game that involved physical movement and teamwork. Blip and Fizz were having a blast, but Alex noticed Lisa lagging behind. She missed the rhythm of the game and seemed out of sync with everyone else. "Come on, Lisa, you can do it," Blip cheered, his voice filled with enthusiasm. Alex felt frustration bubbling inside him. "She just needs a moment," he snapped, surprising even himself. The room fell silent, and all eyes turned to him. Lisa looked hurt. "I'm trying my best, Alex," she said quietly. Zorak, sensing the tension, spoke up. "Maybe we should take a break," he suggested gently. Alex sighed, feeling guilty for snapping. "I'm sorry. I just want you to enjoy this," he said, looking at Lisa. She nodded, her eyes softening. "I know, but sometimes I feel overwhelmed too. It's a lot to process." With the weight of unspoken words hanging in the air, they all sat down together. Alex realized they needed to address the challenges they were facing, rather than ignoring them. "Let's talk about how we're feeling," Zorak said. "Sometimes sharing our worries can lighten the burden." Lisa took a deep breath. "I love being with all of you, but sometimes I feel lost. The bond we share is amazing, but it also makes me feel exposed. It's hard to navigate." Alex nodded, feeling the same way. "I worry that the more we bond, the more I'll lose you. I don't want to feel like I'm competing for your attention." Blip listened intently, his three eyes wide with concern. "We are not here to take anything away from you. We want to share joy and create memories together," he said earnestly. Fizz chimed in. "Friendship is about understanding each other's feelings. We want you both to feel safe." Alex felt a flicker of hope at their words. "Maybe we need to set some boundaries," he suggested. "Let's make sure we check in with each other more often about how we're feeling." Lisa smiled at Alex, grateful for his support. "That sounds good. I want to enjoy this experience without feeling overwhelmed." Zorak nodded, his eyes filled with understanding. "We can help with that. Let's create a safe space where everyone can express their feelings openly. It will help us all connect even deeper." As they discussed their feelings and concerns, Alex felt the tension in the room ease. They were facing their challenges together, and that made them stronger. After their talk, they decided to take a break from intense games for the evening. Instead, they all cuddled up on the couch and shared stories about their lives. Alex and Lisa shared funny moments from their past, while Zorak, Blip, and Fizz spoke about their adventures on Xylon. The room was filled with laughter, and Alex felt a warm sense of connection. They were learning to navigate the complexities of their relationships, and it felt good to know that they were all in this together. As the night wore on, Alex realized that challenges were a natural part of any relationship, especially one as unique as theirs. They had opened the door to new experiences, but they also needed to communicate and support each other along the way. Together, they were facing the challenges head-on, ready to grow and deepen their bonds even further. A new beginning. As the weeks passed, Alex, Lisa, and their alien friends continued to strengthen their bonds. They had learned to navigate their feelings, address their challenges, and embrace the joy of their unique connection. Each day brought new adventures, and together they created memories that would last a lifetime. One sunny afternoon, Alex and Lisa sat outside in their backyard, enjoying a picnic spread out on a colorful blanket. The weather was perfect, and the soft breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers. They had invited Zorak, Blip, and Fizz to join them for a day of relaxation and fun. "I love these moments," Lisa said, her eyes sparkling as she picked up a juicy piece of fruit. "It feels like we're all one big family now." Alex smiled, feeling warmth in his heart. "Yeah, it's nice to take a break and just enjoy each other's company." He looked around, watching as the aliens played with a frisbee. Their laughter filled the air, and it made him feel at peace. Just then, Zorak ran over, the frisbee balanced perfectly on his head. "Look, I am the champion of the frisbee," he declared, his voice booming with joy. The others cheered, and Alex laughed at the sight. Blip jumped up and down, waving his arms. "Let's have a competition. Team Earth versus Team Xylon," he exclaimed, his excitement contagious. Alex and Lisa exchanged glances, and they both nodded. "Sounds fun," Lisa replied, her face lighting up with enthusiasm. The friendly competition began, and they split into teams. Alex and Lisa teamed up against Zorak, Blip, and Fizz. They played with energy and laughter, their competitive spirits bringing them even closer together. With each throw of the frisbee, they cheered each other on, creating a joyful atmosphere filled with camaraderie. After several rounds of spirited play, they all collapsed onto the grass, breathless and laughing. "I haven't had this much fun in ages," Alex exclaimed, wiping sweat from his brow. "Me too," Lisa said, beaming. "This is the best day." As they lay there, looking up at the clear blue sky, Alex felt a sense of contentment. They had come so far since that first encounter with the aliens. The worries that had once clouded his mind now felt distant. They had transformed their challenges into opportunities for growth and understanding. Feeling inspired, Alex turned to the group. "You know, I think we should celebrate our journey together," he said. "Let's plan a special event to honor our friendship and the experiences we shared." The aliens perked up at his suggestion. "What kind of celebration?" Fizz asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. "How about a festival?" Lisa suggested, her excitement bubbling over. "We can share our cultures through food, music, and dance. It'll be a wonderful way to show everyone what we've learned from each other." Zorak nodded enthusiastically. "Yes, a festival of connection and joy. We can invite other friends and beings from Zilon to join us." Alex felt a wave of happiness wash over him. This festival would be a perfect way to share their unique bond with others and celebrate their journey together. "Let's start planning it," he said, feeling invigorated by the idea. Over the next few days, they all worked together to prepare for the festival. They crafted decorations, prepared food from both Earth and Xylon, and practiced music and dances. The air buzzed with excitement as the day of the festival approached. Finally, the date arrived. The backyard transformed into a colorful paradise, filled with vibrant decorations and the scent of delicious food. Friends and beings from Xylon gathered, and laughter filled the air. As Alex looked around, he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. They had faced challenges, but they had also grown together in ways he never imagined. This festival was not just a celebration of their friendship, it was a new beginning, a testament to the bonds they had created. As the sun set and the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Alex, Lisa, and their friends joined hands, forming a circle. They danced under the stars, their hearts united in joy and love. In that moment, Alex knew they had forged something truly special, a connection that would last a lifetime. Together, they embraced the journey ahead, ready to explore new adventures as one big, happy family.